There's always something going on in the royal household, and this week has been no different. Who better to take us through it than royal biographer Ingrid Seward. Ingrid.
Nice to see you.
And to see you too. She's extraordinary, isn't she? The indefatigable Princess Anne, in the thick of the Olympics, handing out prizes, enjoying herself, because, of course, she was a great sportswoman in her own day, wasn't she?
Yes, she was, and she's president of the British Olympic Association, and she's been in that position for 40 years. So she's very involved in the Olympics, and I love the way she's just so businesslike. You know, other people would be flinging their arms around our gold medalists, and there's the Princess Royal, just, you know, with her sort of really old-fashioned dark glasses on and her suit, looking really proper, and she's handing out the medals, you know, at the most exciting moments of these girls, many of them lives, and she's quite po-faced, but what we don't know is what she says is so good. She's great face to face, but she will not play to the cameras, and she won't do anything tactile.
It's never been her style, has it?
Not her style, and I rather love her for it. And I love that her hair is always exactly the same. And she made a joke about her hair. I think when the actress that played her in The Crown said, "Oh, it took hours to get my hair to look like yours, ma'am." And she said, "Well, it only takes me 10 minutes." And I just think she is great.
I met her at a garden.
And she has a way with people that's very genuine. But because she doesn't flutter all over them and kiss them and hug them, she's very genuine.
She is. And, of course, just a few weeks ago, Ingrid, she was in hospital because we never quite got to the bottom of it, whether she was either kicked by a horse or whether a horse's head connected with her, because we know at the end of each day what she likes to do is go round Gatcombe Park, where she lives, and check on all her horses, because she loves the horses. But, I mean, she was clearly concussed and was in hospital for a good best part of a week.
Yeah, I think what happened was she went to see horses, and you know, at that particular time of year, it was the 23rd of June, I think, that, you know, nearly 5 weeks ago, and there's a lot of horse flies and this and that. When all these, maybe she had some carrots for them, maybe she didn't. So they were all nuzzling around her, and I think, you know, the young horses get very finicky and kicky with each other, and I think she just landed on the end of that. And she had her mobile phone with her, but and so no one could get hold of her. So but she didn't have a protection officer with her, which is like the royal detectives. You know, why would she? And so obviously, Tim, dear loyal Tim, got worried, and you know, they sent out a search party, and there she was, and I think she was still unconscious. So quite frightening for them.
Yeah, extraordinary. Also this week, of course, Ingrid, Sir Robert Fellowes, Lord Fellowes, I think he was actually, who was one of the Queen's private secretaries. He passed away, I think he was 81, 82. He was married to Princess Diana's sister. So the funeral will be quite the occasion. And it will be interesting to see what royals go to that funeral, Ingrid, and not least will Prince Harry return to England, because it is his auntie's husband who's died.
Well, Harry is very fond of what he calls his red aunts, which is Sarah and Jane. Yeah. And Jane was married to Sir Robert Fellowes, Lord Baron Fellowes, I think he was. And I think that the Spencer side of the family are very anxious that Harry shouldn't be completely cut off, and they want to make sure that there's a home for him with them, if you see what I mean. You know, there's a welcome from the Spencer side of the family. And I think, you know, I wouldn't be at all surprised if Harry did come. I don't think for a moment Meghan would come, because we then have the problem of the security, but I think that Harry might well come, just to, you know, provide a bit of family unity.
Yeah.
Diana didn't like Robert Fellowes at all, nor did Fergie. They used to call him Bellows, because he used to tell them off. Well, particularly Fergie, who's actually a cousin of his, he used to tell her off and say, "Well, we didn't do very well today, did we, ma'am?" In that very sort of rather grand way.
Yeah.
So they called him Bellows. So there was a lot of love lost there. But of course, I mean, he was a lovely, lovely person, apparently. I met him a few times. And behind that sort of rather grand-looking sort of aristocratic look that he has. He was very funny and,
All right,
and very
Ingrid,
kind.
we'll have to leave it there. That's Ingrid Seward, and that funeral, of course, will be a big occasion.